The most expensive team sale in history, Danny, is just about done. The Lakers, staggering $10 billion valuation, are being sold to Mark Walter, the guy that owns the Dodgers, helped them turn into basically the model of MLB as far as spending money goes. And I would say acquiring talent. Like they've been able to identify that for sure.
Yeah, having 4 MVPs on your roster is a pretty good way to go about it.
Well, they brought in Andrew Friedman, who built the Tampa Bay Rays with the Moneyball concept, basically. Now give that guy
the money.
a big old chest of cash. Look what's happened. But very big twist, essentially, with the Lakers sale, and it's something we've seen fairly recently with other teams' sales. So Mark Walter buying into the team, but not quite getting the keys to the franchise, at least for now. Jeanie Buss, reportedly, when this sale went down, was supposed to be the governor of the team, and we can get into like what titles mean, what does a governor mean, but it was implied that
governors, it's the forward-facing, like, and you can rotate through every year kind of a deal if you want to do that, but it's the forward-facing person. You have to have a certain percent stake. I was told it was roughly 18% in order to be a governor.
Okay. I mean, but it's implied that not only is she going to be that, she will still be running the team, making decisions. I'm not sure how much we actually believe that.
Yeah, look, she will be in for as long as 5 years. Could be sooner. But here's the thing. The Walter and the ownership group, they were already bought into the Lakers. That's the Guggenheim.
Yeah, they were a minor owner already.
But with that, there's been an established relationship for close to a decade.
Okay.
If I'm gross. If I'm a Lakers fan, as much as Jeanie has, brought you success, the Buss family has brought you success, I want their bags packed tonight.
Okay.
Because it's not just Jeanie Buss who's been running the Lakers. It's the Rambis family. Kurt and his wife, Kurt's wife is very close with Jeanie Buss. They have run a skeleton crew. They do not have a pro personnel scout in the NBA.
They have a very small front office. They've always been.
They have the leanest, trimmest front office. And here's the thing: Jeanie Buss's brother is their lead scout.
Yeah,
and he actually is very good.
Yeah, no, that's not a nepotism thing.
No, he's very good at what he does. Yeah. But they have a very, very, very small staff, and I've heard that they weren't willing to pay for things like NBA level access to data.
You're the Lakers. Stop it.
Yeah, and you have a TV deal that generates $130 million a year. Spectrum. It's I believe the largest TV deal in the league, because MSG, it's different because it's owned by Dolan and it's going through bankruptcy and all this stuff. Yeah. But the amount of money that the Lakers print is just insane, and yet they ran it like that. I would be like, maybe you want to make this look as smooth as possible and not make Jeanie Buss or the Buss family look any certain kind of way because of their success and what they've meant to the Lakers. And I get all those kind of things. But I'm not leaving them in place to make any decisions of any sort of like top tier stuff. And I don't think that is the case.
So conflicting reports, essentially, if you haven't heard, that one entity, The Athletic, I believe, said that it's going to be no more than 5 years. And then another entity said that it was going to be a minimum of 5 years. So I'm just wondering, obviously the minimum of 5 years is probably being tossed out by the Buss family or the PR team representing them. But Danny, I mean, it sounds like you don't really think there's any benefit of keeping her around at all, regardless of the timeline being tossed around under 5 years or over 5 years. I know Mark Cuban was in a very similar situation with the Mavericks when they got sold. They said he was going to be running things. He's been running the team for the last 20 years. No reason to have him step away. He's been very successful at it. But 3 months in, it was like, nah, Mark Cuban's not running things. He was shocked that Luka was traded, so we know that he was removed from making decisions.
Well, I think that's probably why Luka was able to be traded, because Mark Cuban you want to go full multiverse theory. There's not a Mark Cuban in the multiverse that's trading Luka Doncic.
No, never.
It's not only his loyalty and his production and all those kind of things, but it's like Luka Doncic is worth $1 billion.
Absolutely.
Economically, like that is the impact that was assessed when Luka Doncic was traded away.
So is this like an ego thing for the Buss family or Jeanie, or is this maybe like we saw the Celtics? The Grusbecks are still supposedly running the franchise.
2028, yeah, I think is what the year was.
While it's being sold. So the White Sox in MLB, the Ishbia brother is getting in, not necessarily buying it up front, but supposedly in talks.
It's over like 5 years that Reinsdorf is going to get out, which
exactly,
honestly...
But Reinsdorf's still running it.
But if you're a Bulls fan and you're looking at that, you're like, maybe he'll sell the Bulls. Maybe he'll sell the Bulls. Please sell the Bulls. Because for a long time, it was like, he's using the Bulls to make money to pay for the White Sox. And then he stopped caring about the White Sox. And it was like, well, he's just using them both just to make money. And it was like, okay, this guy needs to, like, it's crazy that a guy who ran maybe those most successful non-Celtics era in basketball.
Yeah.
Chicago hasn't meant a damn thing in basketball for 20 years.
God.
And it's like, and it could, like, if an ownership group came into Chicago with even a median level outcome, they would probably be a 48 to 50 win team regularly, because it's the third biggest market in the country. People want to be in Chicago, despite it not being LA or New York. Chicago's a dope city. Yeah, it gets cold there, but it's also nicer. It's also a big city. It has everything you want, everything you need. You can live in a million different places. Like, a lot of players in the NBA are from the Chicago area. Like, you can do them. Like, there is zero reason why the Chicago Bulls should suck to the level they suck to.
But like when Jody sells the Blazers, or Burt Cole, they're going to be running the team for a year after that, right?
Oh, I bet you. I almost guarantee contractually it would be
to be an immediate.
Well, it could be a transition of power based on like payment scale or something like that. But as far as like when that happens, they'll be gone.
Well, this is weird. A story out of LA that we don't really know when Jeanie Buss is going to be gone. I'll be more
surprised if she gets to 5 years than if she gets to 3 and she's gone.
I'd genuinely be shocked if she was even like in control of the team at the end of this next season, 25-26. Like, I
wouldn't surprise me.
I assume this is the sign of a transition coming, and we're starting to see kind of the butting heads in the media about it.